All right, everyone, welcome in to the show here on the channel. This is the show where I use the Unabated.com tools to fire a bunch of DFS pick'em entries on Underdog Fantasy. Big T either will or will not be with us. He literally just texted me about 15 seconds ago and said that he lost power in the storm. You know, everyone's kind of losing power. I might lose power in the middle of the storm. I am located very deep in the middle of the contiguous United States. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. It's been raining. It's been raining cats and dogs all day, but we are not afraid. We are not scared. We are gonna load up the tools over on Unabated. We are gonna fire some pick'ems. I actually just logged into Underdog before we began and see that I have a bunch of profit boosts. So if and when we ship these, we are gonna be rolling in the deep. If Tony's able to get in, he's able to get in, and if not, we are going to continue to vibe. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are we doing? All right, guys. Very simple. Let's open up the tool and let's get cooking. Correct. Yes, we are shippers only today in honor of our maybe special guest, maybe not special guest, one Mr. Large Anthony. Shippers only. We are only going to have shippers on the program today. If you guys have not watched this show before, it's very simple. I load up on unabated.com. I go to the NFL DFS Pick'em tab. I choose Underdog Fantasy. The way I do this is that I move my slider all the way to the right, 100% on the blitz. You could smooth it out with the market-based projections. You could use Fantasy Pros. You could use Numberfire. You can also upload your own projections. So maybe you want to use ETR's projections. Maybe you want to use the base rotogrinders projections. Yes. No, Big T would never flake. One thing I know about my friend Tony, this dude would never flake. He would never flake on me. I did tail the shipcast pick'ems last night. I mean, you guys know me. I'm not doing the three-leggers. So what I did was I added a little bit extra spice. This one hit Tolbert. This was the second half one. Tolbert higher receiving yards. Wandale higher receptions. Neighbors higher receptions. Ferguson higher receptions. Daniel Jones higher completions. Yeah, look, maybe Gritty would flake. Big T's never flaking. If he is able to get in, trust me, he will be able to be here. This one right here was unreal to lose. I thought this one was a lock. I can't believe Dak didn't get to 271, and I can't believe that Tolbert did not get to 28.5. Yeah, the Giants kicking that field goal from the 3-yard line to start the second half, I guess that is when I knew I wasn't going to win. I wasn't going to win this one, but that one I thought was pretty good. I've had a couple interesting ones this week. How about this? How about this one? One Brandon Donovan run cost me a $25 8-legger. That one was pretty annoying. I've had a couple near misses this last week. I mean, you guys can see lots of 8-leggers in here. A lot of red dots, some green circles, you know, just using the unabated tools. Yeah, the field goals are absolutely disgusting. But let's go ahead and get into it. 172 players projected by my friend Derek Carty. That's the projections that I use. I'm not going to use any of the market-based adjustments. I'm going all in on the blitz, and let's get building. And let's just kind of talk through. Some of what we have going on here. So right out at the top, I will say there's one I couldn't agree more with. That's the Geno Smith higher passing yards, and one I couldn't disagree more with. I think that the direction that the Las Vegas Raiders is going, I think that Zamir White is headed down, and I think that Alexander Madison. I would maybe even be curious to see if our boy Dylan Laube is active this week. That would, I think, would be a pretty big tell. But I'll show you guys why I'm out on the Zamir White thing. 13 carries in this loss, 9 carries in a win, which is pretty bizarre. But his snap shares, 22% of his snaps this last week. That is not going to cut it. Look at how they distributed the snaps in this game against the Raiders at running back. 34% for Abdullah, 44% for Madison. Now, obviously, a ton of that was garbage time, but that is just inducing a lot of risk. And I don't even think Derek's projection is wrong. I'm just not. I don't think that Derek's projection is wrong. In fact, I think he probably is directionally accurate. I'd be curious to see what our friends at ETR have him projected for. I suppose their full projection details are probably not quite out yet. Let me see. Yeah, the full ETR projections don't go live until Saturday, so we're not gonna have access to that. But I am very in on the Geno Smith higher passing yards, 282 passing yards. So what Carty has him projected for, 240 is his line. And in fact, this will be I've not used this tool yet on the show, but I'm gonna pull up Geno Smith in the Game Splits app over on RotoViz. And I'm going to see what our boy Geno Smith has done in domes in his career. Geno Smith, there should be a way to do this, right? Home, well, maybe there's not. Huh. Okay, never mind. Oh, there is a way to do this on Pro Football Reference, though. There is a way to do this on Pro Football Reference. So we're going to look up Geno Smith, and I'm going to look up his per game averages in domes in his career. All right, more. It's under splits, career splits. And we are going to pull up his dome. I know there's a way to do this. Maybe it's only by opponent. Stadium dome. In Geno Smith's career, he averages in 8 games, he averages 8.83 YPA, 9.84 adjusted yards per attempt, 251 yards per game. 251 yards per game. That is more than the 240. Easy. Let's see what they have, what Carty has for Metcalf. He's got a slight edge on Metcalf, 0.4% here. What do we have for JSN? No edge on JSN. Okay, I should explain this. So sometimes in the Unabated tool, you see here how Carty's projection is higher, but the edge is diminished. That's because of how it sims out. So basically, the way that these projections work is it's not just the number, it's not just the projection number compared to the underdog number, but it's actually done in a sim, and it shows you how often you win, how often you lose on that individual one. So I'm going to do Metcalf higher receiving yards. So we have Geno Smith for 200 for higher 240.5 passing yards. DK Metcalf for higher than 61.5 receiving yards. Nice and easy. All right. What else do we have here? I got to be honest, just conceptually, I don't love this one because I wonder how you go about projecting the passing splits. I feel as if the Bears are going to end up being more run heavy kind of on average than the projections have them because they can't run the ball. When you can't run the ball, you were just going to naturally end up with more passing yards. And Keenan is going to be back this week. I think that is probably going to buoy up just in general, that is going to buoy up how often they are able to be successful passing the ball. Going to pass on Zamir White again. I probably, to be honest, am going to pass on every instance of the Las Vegas Raiders because I just don't have a great feel for that matchup. I just this morning did the sports betting show with Rich Rebar, and in the sports betting show, Rebar mentioned, that he sort of feels that the line for that game is just wrong, and that we are going to end up seeing a not very competitive Raiders team. Yes. So that is not always true. That's the way that it works is that is not always true because I can check that for you. So let's just let's remove Geno. Let's do Metcalf. It's actually based on how many legs there are as opposed. So let's just theoretically, let's clear that. And instead of adding Metcalf next, let's just add the Zamir White one, and then we can do Metcalf here. it's gonna give us a different number every time. So I think probably what ends up happening is that the Lions are able to shut the Seahawks down running. If Ken Walker plays, or if we get Charbonnet, no one is able to run on the Lions. So they don't want you to run on them, and they're not going to allow you to do it. So I'm gonna keep. I am gonna remove Zamir White. I'm gonna keep those two in here. Oh, and this is what I was gonna show. I was gonna show I was gonna sim out the player props and show the range of outcomes for Metcalf. This is one of my my favorite tools that they have over on Unabated. Let's search for Metcalf. Let's upload the blitz, and let's click sim, and let's sim it out. So basically, Carty's numbers are showing. Obviously it's going to show value across the board because the number is higher. Okay, there we go. I clicked the wrong button. All right, there we go. So in this simulation, he ends with 75.53 yards, and in that sim it shows 10% value here. I don't believe the underdog lines are in this tool. Yeah, they're not, but we can compare it, and that is the same process that it's doing inside of this tool based on my understanding. So the thing, yes, so there you go, Chris Air, you can see it's showing 44% edge now because it is adjusting the payout based on Gino being on the ticket. All right, let's I guess I'm gonna edit the title of the video, Unabated Tools and Pick 'em, because Large Anthony is not joining. Sorry guys. Big T is he is not able to join, man. This dude is literally in the middle of a torrential downpour right now. I appreciate him wanting to hop on, but I'm not angry with him in any way, shape, or form for not being able to do it. Davis Mattek breaks down his favorite DFS pick 'em entries on Underdog. Season Davis shares his favorite angles. All right, we are updated. We are good to go. All right, the old bait and Unabated, absolutely classic. Okay, moving on. Man, I'm going back and forth. I've gone back and forth on the Anthony Richardson stuff all week. Well, see, this is the thing, man. You guys know me. As a self-employed person, it's been a real grind for your boy trying to become more organized. I don't have a boss. I don't have anyone laying out this has to be done then. I'm my own boss, and so the guests I'm getting the guests pretty late in the week. Like I messaged Tony yesterday, so definitely not on Tony. Or Carty the first week. That's all on me. All right. Gino and Metcalf. I gotta say, I do kind of want to buy low on Anthony Richardson. I really do. I feel as if the market is really turning on him in a way that is not particularly fair. And even in these games where he's been brutal, right? He's been pretty brutal. Yeah, it does. It's a real half dozen of one, six of the other. It's just hard to say. Okay. Richardson in these games where he's been brutal, 167, 204, and then he was not brutal, obviously, in the first week with 212. Now he gets a game against Pittsburgh. Now the total is very low, but I'm inclined to think that Mr. Carty is correct on this one. So I am going to add in Richardson higher passing yards. And let's just see. I'm not going to bet Pittman, but what do we have on downs? 33.5. And what do we have on Pierce? 24.5. I mean, that has got to be less than Alec Pierce is averaging per catch this year. Alec Pierce, yeah, that is less. That is the same as so that's 1 reception-ish, basically. Yeah, I'm gonna add that in. I'm gonna add in Alec Pierce. Pierce, by the way, totally moved A.D. Mitchell to a bench role in that last game. A.D. Mitchell, when Downs came back in the lineup, ran 2 routes. 2 routes. And I think the market is a kind of making an adjustment here that seems unfair. I don't think that market adjustment is fair. So we are going to add in Alec Pierce, and we're gonna keep shopping. I don't love Lamar lower passing yards because I think, again, there's a market-based assumption that they're going to be able to run successfully against the Ravens. And I'm not sure that's true. Josh Weil, higher receiving yards. All right, well, we gotta check it. Let's check the routes. Josh Wiley had 4 targets in the last game. Let me pull up the fantasy points data suite, and we can check the routes for the Tennessee Titans, because that, when a guy's line is 7.5, that feels exploitable. All right, we're gonna go routes run, and we are gonna check the Tennessee Titans. I'm gonna guess that his routes went up a good bit. Titans, 39 routes. Can I check by week? Yeah, let's check. Let's check by week. Week 3. How do I? That should submit, right? All right, 39 routes is not great, but I need to. I'm gonna guess that it came up a big amount in the last game. I'm gonna ride with that one. I think that is a great example of the market not quite catching up to where we are at. All right, there we go. That is a 5-legger. So we have Geno Smith, higher passing yards. We have Metcalf, higher receiving yards. We've got Anthony Richardson, higher passing yards. And we've got Alec Pierce, higher receiving yards. 15.5 longest reception is honestly probably as good. Josh Weil. Bang. All right. Click accept. Yeah, it does seem like Mixon is probably going to play now. All right. Champions entry. $10. Yeah, this is a $10 one. All right. Play for 124. Confirm your picks will be locked. Geno Smith. Let me mark the timestamp here for viewers in the future. 1850. Pick Em entry 1. All right. Geno Smith, higher passing yards, 240.5. DK Metcalf, 61.5 higher receiving yards. Anthony Richardson, 181.5 passing yards. Alec Pierce, 24.5 receiving yards. And Josh Weil, 7.5 receiving yards. According to Carty's projections on Unabated, that's giving us a pretty good size edge. 30% there, 14% there, 34% there, 6.1% there. So I am eating it. I am eating it with the correlation there. Of course, I love DeAndre Swift unders. I've got DeAndre Swift unders pretty much across the board. I think he is. I think he's going to the bench basically this week. I think Roschon is going to play over him. Feels pretty good that both Mixon and AJ Brown end up playing today. Just one man's opinion, but a return to Friday practice for a skill position player oftentimes means that they're going to end up playing. I've got Jordan Mason over Dobbins for the rest of the season. I am using Derek Carty's blitz projections, and I will actually show you guys why. So the way that I play these, I like to have a lot of skin in the game. I like to have 10 or 15 of these DFS pick'em entries going into the weekend. And yeah, you definitely can do that. So I will show you guys. I will show you guys specifically why I do it this way. Let's move to 25% market-based projections with 75% coming from the blitz. And I'll show you guys the edges basically evaporate. We've got some small stuff there. KJ Osborne receiving yards, Cedric Tillman higher receiving yards, but the edges are going to evaporate. Now, you could definitely say, oh, if you're using, that is a flaw in the methodology. But I kind of prefer things that way. I've said this a long time. If you regress everything to the market, you're not really going to find a ton of edges here, because the market in the aggregate is going to be accurate, but the market can miss things in specific. And again, if I was doing $1,000 pick'em entries, I probably would revert it a little bit more to the market. I probably would do my inputs this way, like 75% blitz, 25%. I'd probably upload ETRs stuff as well. But we're having fun. We're hanging out on a Friday here on YouTube. I want to make some entries. I want to see some edges. And more importantly, I want to see where the market might be wrong. Yeah, in fact, let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and start the next one, my friend. Let's start it with a lower on DeAndre Swift rushing yards. I think that's very strong. Should I trade CMC and Flowers? Yeah, get rid of him. Get rid of him. CMC's not going to play this year. I definitely make more on pick 'em. I have yet to win one of these drafts yet. I've yet to win. So if you don't win one of the drafts on Underdog and you are max entering, if you do 150 entries in the BR, but you don't use, and you don't win, it's very hard to make money. It's $750 in. I believe you have to get in the top 30 to make more than that. So it's pretty hard. Look, buddy, Alex, I will take here. Let's find a lower. Let's find a lower for Alex. Let's find a lower that we like. We have refreshed the projections. I don't love that lower. There we go. I will take lower passing yards for Andy Dalton. There you go, Alex. I will take lower passing yards at 228 for Andy Dalton. Let's do it. Let's build an all lowers. We'll do this for Alex. So we got lower passing yards for Andy Dalton. Who else do we we'll do lower rushing yard. I don't love that one. It's so hard. Okay, we'll do lower rushing yards for Donta Foreman. We will do lower rushing attempts for Jordan Mason. These are, I think, all pretty directionally accurate. We'll do Chase Brown's a good number. God, value showing on Mark Andrews' lower receptions at 3. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of some of these that I really like. Mingo. Okay, we'll do Mingo lower. How many is that? That's 4. All right. Breece Hall, lower rushing yards. James Conner, lower rushing yards. All right, well, there we go. Jahmyr Gibbs or Bo Nix. No, we'll go. Lowers only. Oh, and Swift. There we go. All right, there we go. Bang. Okay. Back to Underdog. We have lower yards. We've got Andy Dalton lower passing yards. We've got Donta Foreman, lower rushing yards. We have got Jordan Mason. I mean, that Jordan Mason is crazy. Jordan Mason, that is so 19 and a half. We're still gonna do it, but it's definitely not as good. That is probably a spot where being price sensitive, not even probably, I know. All right, Jonathan Mingo, lower receptions. We'll fire $10 on that one. Let me do a timestamp, 25, 30, pick 'em, entry 2. All right, there we go. I will share this link in the chat. DeAndre Swift, lower 36.5 rushing yards. Andy Dalton, lower 228.5 passing yards. Donta Foreman, lower 31.5 rushing yards. Jordan Mason, lower 19.5 rushing attempts. Jonathan Mingo, lower 3 receptions. Bijan's line seems a little high to me. You know, I will say it is unequivocally true in prop betting that the largest edges exist in fading superstars, fading Bijan Robinson, fading CeeDee Lamb, fading Malik Neighbors. You know, that is, but because of the way I play the game, because I have all these fantasy teams where I want these guys to be smashing, I just have a hard time clicking those buttons. Again, everyone is in these things, for different reasons. Mahomes lower 6 ADOT, yeah, that's probably a smash. All right, let's build a touchdown one. There should be a way to sim this out. We have passing touchdowns. Huh. There might not be a way. There might not be a way to sim this out on Unabated, but I would like to make an entire touchdown one. Can I do passing touchdowns? Oh, I don't need to be searching for Metcalf. I think I broke this. All right, let's select by. Yeah, it only has passing touchdowns in there because I think the math is a little bit. I do like this one. I will never do this. I will never do this. Let's see if there's any edge on the passing touchdowns. Yeah, there's not. I think I can go to the blitz itself though and look up some of the touchdown numbers. So let me do that. We'll go to the blitz over at rotogrinders.com and we will go to blitz standard projections. We will go to running back. And he should have rushing touchdowns. There we go. All right, so everyone who's that high, we got to smash. All right, so Mason is number 1. Remember, we get the vulture protection. All right, he's got Kyron for 0.74. So we're going to take that because he also has Kyron for how many receiving touchdowns? Carty has Kyron for 0.74 rushing touchdowns and 0.18 receiving touchdowns. So that actually is another edge spot. David Montgomery, he's got for 0.72. So what do we get for David Montgomery? There we go. That one would show edge on lower, but and David Montgomery doesn't have the vulture protection actually, so I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna take that one off. Everyone wants the Aaron Jones touchdown. Come on, I'll give you the Aaron Jones touchdown. All right. Next up, we've got Zach Moss. We have Zach Moss. Carty has, well, interesting. A-Chain with 0.68 of a rushing touchdown, huh? That feels a little high to me. I wonder what the number is. Sure. You know, what are we ever going to get mad going against A-Chain? We aren't. Derrick Henry, I'm going to skip that one. I wonder what the Barkley number's got to be crazy bad. Yeah, I'm going to skip on that one. Carson Steele, 0.57. All right, Carty. Carson Steele has a touchdown 1.22x. Yeah, I'm going to skip that. True, it is rush only. Yeah, I'm only looking at the rush only. I could download this as a CSV and combine them, but I'm not going to do that. I maybe it's easier to sort by receiving TD. Yeah, okay. So then it is fair odds on A-Chain. Brees, he's got for pretty close. That's pretty close. All right, let's see what Brees is. And Brees has the vulture protection. That's about fair. That is 6. So we need 2 more. Let's see what Brian Robinson's is. Brian Robinson's has to be good. Brian Robinson rush plus receiving touchdown is minus 128. If you look at the odds, right? All right, we need one more touchdown. Oh, it's to James Cook. It's to James Cook, right? I think I took that one with Liam the other day. James, ooh, 1.24x. No, I think it's Tyler Huntley. I believe it is Tyler Huntley starting at quarterback for the Dolphins. Okay. Let's do 15 on this one. All right. Timestamp. We've got 32. Entry 3. All right. To score touchdowns on Underdog, we have Jordan Mason, Kyron Williams, Aaron Jones, Zach Moss, Devin A-Chain, Breece Hall, Brian Robinson Jr., and James Cook. Bang. All right, there we go. So that's our touchdown one. That is the vibes one. Okay, let's head on back over to Unabated. And oh no. All right, I'm gonna reload that page because I messed it all up. All right, DFS Pick Em entry, Underdog Fantasy, Blitz 100%. Load it up. Let's build a couple. Oh, I need to uncheck Major League Baseball, NCAA. Yeah, the NCAA and the WNBA stuff on Unabated is it's pretty fun. People have been having a lot of success with those. All right. Let's see what else we can find here. Oh, Carty, you like Patrick Mahomes' higher passing yards? Man, it is so depressing, the Patrick Mahomes stuff. Although, you know, if you regress him at all to his career type stuff, he does start to look much more appealing. I mean, he had 44 dropbacks against the Atlanta Falcons, and I do think we had the hires last week. It's pretty funny. All right. Kyler Murray higher passing yards. Don't mind if I do. I wonder, do they have Elijah Higgins? Only for a touchdown. Yeah, the college football battle royales are pretty fun. So true. Imagine drafting Patrick Mahomes when you could just simply get the red rifle in the final round. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. Okay, we've got Mahomes higher passing yards, Kyler higher passing yards. Man, Derek Carr. How many passing yards did Carr have last week in that disgusting game against the Philadelphia Eagles? It feels like he still got higher than that in that game. Although it is, you know, it's interesting to note about the Saints is that they actually have been a negative PROE team. So they've been really efficient passing, but they have not been a pass-heavy team, which I think in the sort of breathless conversation about how good the New Orleans Saints have been, I do think The fact that it's still a Shanahan style system where they run quite a bit is getting a little bit under discussed. All right. I'm going to skip that one. I am going to skip Derek Carr. And I'm definitely going to skip Anthony Richardson higher passing completions. Christian Kirk does feel like a really good one. Interestingly, is there not a receptions? We will do Christian Kirk higher receiving yards. I think receptions is probably better. What do they have for him? Christian Kirk. Yeah. I like receptions better than receiving yards. So I am gonna mental note, put the receptions in there. All right, DFS entry builder. Not touching Javonte. This one is probably good. This one right here is probably good, but I can't. I am just so disappointed by the Jacksonville Jaguars and their passing game. Kyron higher rushing yards. That is a pretty interesting one. I wonder how often in his that was crazy. That was crazy. I just got kicked out of my own stream. Nothing. I've never had anything like that happen before. Sorry to the audio listeners. We're back, dude. We're back. You thought you were gonna get rid of me that easy? You're not getting rid of me that easy. It's because I tried to 12 for 25 against Arizona. All right, Kyron Williams starts. Games started. 89, 25, 50, 87, 104, 152, 114, 88, 143, 158, 53, 103, 38, 52. So basically about 80% of the time, Kyron gets over this number of 76.5. That is enough for me. The Bears do have a good defense. I could definitely see losing that one. Pop Douglas receptions over. All right. Let's check the Patriots routes. Patriots, what's our routes? What's our first read share like here? 77% of the routes for Demario Douglas. Runs 83% of his routes out of the slot. What's his let's go check his first read target share. I'm a little curious about that. I do believe in a little bit of a Kelsey bounce back. I do. Yeah. I think they want to get him a touchdown this week. That's where I'm at. Just feels like the conversation around Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs has been so brutal, you know, and I don't think they like it. I will say my internet is acting a little buggy. It is acting a little buggy, which I don't know if it's power related or not. But like I was trying to pull up Pro Football Reference and it just straight up kicked me off. Pro Football Reference, by the way, I haven't tweeted it yet, but I am an official ambassador of Pro Football Reference now, which is very fucking cool because you guys know how much I love Pro Football Reference. Where's my first read number? 22% first read target share for Demario Douglas. Sold. Head back over to Unabated. Where was Demario? Higher receptions, 23% edge. Bang. How many does that give us? That's 5. That's another 5-legger. All right. We have got Christian Kirk higher receiving yards. We have got Demario Douglas higher receptions. Mahomes, higher passing yards. What else do we got? We got Kyren Williams, higher rushing yards. I wonder if we move it all the way to the market, I wonder if there's any edge. That's we'll check that in a second. Kyren, and the final leg was Kyler Murray, higher passing yards. Man, if Kyler doesn't hit that, I'm going to have a lot of tickets with not a lot of juice left in them. All right. We are going to do $10 on that one. Play for 224. We are going to do, oh damn, I lost my timestamps, boys. Christian Kirk, higher 14.5 receptions. Demario Douglas, higher 3 receptions. Patrick Mahomes, 252.5. Kyren Williams, 76.5. Kyler Murray, 229.5. I will share the link to that in the chat if you want to tail. As always, yeah. If you were watching this on delay, you're missing out. You're missing out watching on delay, because if you're live or if you're in the Discord, I post the links to this in the Discord, which you can become a member to this channel, or you can subscribe to patreon.com/DavisMattek. Either of those things get you in the Discord, and we'd love to have you. We would love to have you. All right. Back to Unabated. Actually, let's build an 8-legger, because I have 4 left of this this $25 or this 20% profit boost. And also I need to get the vulture protection one more. Mr. T, his power got knocked out, brother. His power went to 0. He DM'd me that he was trying to get his hotspot to work off his phone, but the guy literally has no power in his house. No power, no internet. Tough scene. The Hurricane claims another one. All right. Designated running back. Activate based on how many times running backs. For example, if Saquon Barkley is vultured once but ends up scoring a rushing touchdown, only selections of higher on bar. Okay. Rush TD must be from the opposing 10-line yard or closer. Designated RB must have received a touch on that drive. A TD scored by a quarterback will not qualify. So that's pretty big for, that's literally exactly what I was saying. For Robinson, you don't love it, but Gibbs is probably pretty strong for a touchdown because of Montgomery. Connor could be a good one. They play DeMercado a lot. Moss, Chase Brown, Henry and Justice Hill, Pollard and Tajay, A-Chain and Mostert. Should we build one of all the vulture eligible players? I'm only gonna put like $5 on this one. Okay. I am gonna do it though. I don't think there's anything smart about it, but I am gonna do it. All right, let's go Moss. Zach Moss. Let's go Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's go James Conner. Let's go Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry. Although the ones where I actually don't love that one, because the ones where the quarterbacks are in, I don't love that. Let's go Bijan. Let's go Brees, because Braylon obviously, and they're accounting for that, because it's 0.89x or whatever. Jordan Mason. Who else do we got? Joe Mixon. That vulture feels pretty live for Mixon. Okay, he doesn't have anything posted. Yeah, ETN is good for this. Travis Etienne, and that's a good multiplier. Kamara, and just, okay, I don't even need it. All right, play for. I don't want to use my 20%. Remove. Yeah, I don't want to use it for this because that would be a waste of the profit boost. All right, there we go. Zach Moss, Jahmyr Gibbs, James Conner, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, Jordan Mason, Travis Etienne, Alvin Kamara. That one, no math there. No math there. No math, just vibes. All right, let's build out an 8-legger for my 20% boost, and let's do it. Oh, Jalen McMillan tweaked hamstring. Okay. DFS has gone all right. DFS has been, in week 2 we shipped a 5-legger. Had a couple of 8-leggers that were close. Yes, this is an issue. The issue with ETN is the Jags do have to score a touchdown. All right, let's clear all, and let's start. Let's get a little bit closer to some of the 10% edge ones, because in a weird way, those almost feel better to me. You know what I mean? Because that means that it's a little bit closer to the market, but definitively showing one way or the other. All right, I don't like that. Okay, we can do Stroud higher passing yards. What do we have for Diggs and Nico? Higher receptions showing value. What about for Nico Collins? Let's see if I can turn this into an edge. If we get it to 5 legs, what happens to it? No. Okay. No edge. No edge to be found. All right. I don't love these forward lines. Jonathan Taylor, higher rushing yards. I don't know if I want to put that in the 8-legger. Sam Darnold, higher passing yards. Sure. Alvin Kamara, higher receiving yards. I think that is justified. KJ Osborne. What did the data have on Osborne? That can't be good. Yeah. 6 first read targets, 12% first read target share. 58% of the routes. Yeah, I'm over that one. Yeah, I do think AJ Brown is going to play. Kelsey over. Yeah, we'll add Kelsey in there. We'll toss a Kelsey tut in there. Hamstring. Yeah, the medical staff obviously is going to have a big say, but man, these dudes want to play. Eagles probably want to get their revenge a little bit on the Buccaneers, right? I mean, don't you think after that humiliating playoff loss? There you go. The last 3. I mean, how often do these teams play? Not that often. Not that often, right? All right. Fields higher passing yards? Sure. And what about George Pickens? So that selection itself has a negative edge, but the slip overall, obviously, when you combine the edges, has positive edge. Definitely JSN. I don't know. I guess you can wait to decide on JSN when you know that AJ Brown is healthy. McBride is officially out. Yeah, I wish we had receptions for Higgins. We don't have Elijah Higgins. Yeah, it's only touchdowns for Higgins. Okay. Stroud higher passing yards. We've got Darnold higher passing yards. We've got Alvin Kamara higher receiving yards. Is that the right number? 25.5? Yeah. Justin Fields higher passing yards. George Pickens. Should we do Pickens touchdown or Pickens receiving yards? Pickens touchdown or Pickens receiving yards? They both happen on the same play, right? I kind of like the touchdown. Got a little bit of a feeling. Reeves had a little bit of a feeling about Pickens. It's just he's on the dome, bro. He's in the turf. JSN. You know, I also am feeling the nuclear game here. All right, what did we say? We said we were gonna add in. We were gonna add in a Kelsey touchdown. And here, actually, let's run the receiving yards sim. Let's sim that out and see. Christian Kirk is the biggest receiving yards value. Gabe Davis is a pretty big value. Metcalf is a pretty big one. Diggs is a pretty big one. Tucker Kraft, huh? Does Tucker Kraft have selections available on Underdog? Yeah. 24.5. That's pretty close. It's pretty close. A little bit of edge here on Jaden Reed. Well, twist my arm. Twist my arm for a little bit of edge on Jaden Reed. That's 6. Let's go back to the entry tool. Oh, I need to add Pickens. I need to add Pickens. Let's add a Pickens touchdown. What is the this will be funny. What is the most break-even pick we can make? What is a 0.01% edge? Dortch higher receiving yards. Jaden Reed, Josh Downs, Breece Hall, JSN. Point. There we go. All right, let's do it. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, higher receiving yards. All right, and I'm going to activate my 20% profit boost. I'm going to apply $25 for this. It's not going to let me submit it. It's going to say that the most I can win is $3,000. Your current entry is above our 3,000 potential prize cap. Please remove some picks or lower your entry fee before trying again. All right, let's remove Pickens. And let's remove Kelsey. We've got Stroud higher passing yards, Darnold higher passing yards, Kamara higher receiving yards, Justin Fields. What is my max win now? With the 20% boost, it's only 745. Okay, that's no good. I know, isn't it insane? All right, what about when I add the Kelsey multiplier? What does it do now? 1927. So we can still add one more thing in theoretically. Oh, maybe not. So it's not. The interesting thing is it's only for Pick 'em champions. So Pick 'em champions is a different game than regular Pick 'em. When you're playing Pick 'em, you are playing with Underdog as the operator, and they're the people that you're playing against. When you are playing Pick 'em champions, it's me versus you, Tony. I'm logging in, you're logging in. It's like a pari-mutuel wagering to an extent, but it's a different game. The prize amounts are based on the size of your entry fee and the degree of difficulty, but the payout matrix is different. It's just a slightly different game. Your entry competes in peer-to-peer contests with 50,000 pick 'em entries to win a share. So the maximum fees collected per contest. So that's why you just can't win. You can't win greater than a larger, you can only win so much of the prize pool. All right, so that's 7. Is there any way, what is a way that I can get this to less? There's probably no way that I can get it to 3,000 or less. I guess we're doing a 7-legger. All right, there we go. Do that in with the boost. And we have got CJ Stroud, higher passing yards, Sam Darnold, higher passing yards, Alvin Kamara, score a touchdown, Justin Fields, higher 184.5 passing yards, Jaden Reed, 47.5 receiving yards, Jackson Smith and Jigba, higher 49.5 receiving yards, and Travis Kelce to score a touchdown. And the link to this one is in I don't know why I didn't think of that. Obviously, yes. But the thing is, when you are given these boosts, so when Underdog gives you these boosts, when you have a 20% profit boost, you want to use the maximum. You want to use the maximum that they give you because you only get so many of these, because using the boost changes the math. So if you think about it, come back and look at these. Look at a lot of these that have, for example, all right, let's find a negative 20% edge-ish. Jaden Reed, lower on the receptions, or Josh Downs, lower receiving yards. If you have a 20% boost on that, that means that you can profitably make that wager because the price of your wager is changing. So you at home might be saying, Davis, you know, I'm a professional sports gambler. I'm a professional DFS player. Like you are an idiot. Well, you are right about that. I probably am. But as a result, you are gaining equity and you are actually getting paid a greater amount on this entry than the original odds would indicate that you should. So that's what we have. That's what we have going on there. Everyone, I hope that you guys enjoyed checking out the Unabated tools. I love this stuff. I love doing the let's do a projected passing yards. The prop simulator. I love. I probably not. No, it probably didn't. Although that EV might have been covered, Rusty. That EV might have been covered by the multiplier from the Kelce touchdown. If I believe that that's a bad number, but probably no. That's probably right. I probably should have just bet less. I didn't think about that. Yeah. In general, if you guys are new to Underdog Pick Ems, the move is you need to be doing 3, 5, or 8 due to the way that the expected values stack on top of each other. It's like it's plus EV to do those, less EV to do other ways. How am I celebrating, buddy? I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't think I will be winning Best Ball Mania. I think that you might be mistaken. I believe I'm advancing. Yeah, there you go. I'm advancing 16 total teams. Not great, man. Let's look at this one. Bad team. Oh, it has Likely on it. Rondale dead. Devontae Walker dead. Burton dead. Hollywood Brown dead. A lot of dead guys. My BBM exposures, pretty high. A lot of McCaffrey. The big issue is Hollywood Brown. The big issue is Hollywood Brown. All right, boys. That is going to do it for me. That is going to do it for me here for today. Hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that we run Pier in the spirit of our friend Large Anthony. I hope that we run Pier. I hope that Tony is safe out there in the storm. I hope that you all have a great weekend. I will be back here with you all on Sunday morning. I'll stream from like 8:30 to 11:30 as we get ready for the games. Love all you guys. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you to our friends over at Unabated. If you guys have not checked out Unabated, there's a link in the description of this video that can get you a free trial. I believe it's a 72-hour free trial. You can sign up. You can check out the tools, decide if you like it, decide if you don't like it. I personally like it. I'm using these tools all the time. I use the tools on the sports betting show with Reebs. Really enjoying checking their stuff out. Teach a man to fish, I always say. And that is what they're trying to do at Unabated. So thanks, everyone. I guess I need to go fix this thumbnail and get Big T out of there. And I will see all of you guys Sunday morning or Sunday night for the